How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome back to some FUT Champions. Today, we play the first batch of 10 games from this weekend's 40, but before we do that, I want to kind of tell you what I did last weekend, because as you know, we did 20 games, and then we missed out the last 20 games. Why? Because I didn't finish my games. Elite 1, I did very bad. I got beat too many times. I couldn't get Elite 1, so what I did do was sell for the 100k packs for the Team of the Year. This might have been a bad move, so I sold in Gold 1. I didn't play the rest of my games, and I thought it was a bit pointless to upload that, and you would have seen me on Twitter explain why as well. But lads, if you do enjoy this episode, smash a like on the video. That is always massively important. And if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, even game codes, head on over to g2a.com, use that code MA9. Every single link that you will need is right there in the description below. So the team you're seeing in the background is the team we're starting this weekend League on, and it looks very, very impressive. David De Gea in net, Bella in a right back, then we have Smaldini, then it's centre back, Ramos, Team of the Year, 96 rated, 93 rated Marcelo as a left back, 96 rated as well, Luka Modric as the CM, so that kind of Team of the Year triangle, the Bermuda Triangle on the left hand side, works very well. We have Patrick Vieira, Pogba, Martial, we have Cristiano Ronaldo, 94 rated, and the main man at top, Mr. Zlatan, purple, Ibrahimovic. Lads, let's get in those games. So here we go then, lads. So my first opponent has Inform Orellana, 84 rated. He's got Benzema as a striker and Carrasco as the left forward. Benzema in this game is very good. He always impresses for me, so it was kind of a weird one to leave him out this weekend, but I thought the purple Ibrahimovic, the player of the month, 92 rated, is more than a good enough substitute. In this game, we ran Riot. Now in this series, we've had big wins like 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. This one was a step above that, as Vieira's played in by Ronaldo. Look at Ronaldo's run. I'm always going to try and get the ball back to Ronaldo. He stops, he makes another run, the cross comes in, happy days. Sometimes the 1-2s, you don't want to play them straight away. You want to wait it out. You want to see where their run takes them, as Ronaldo uses a run as a dummy and makes it 4-0 on the stroke of half time. The second half surely can't get any better. Lies. In this game, like I said, we ran Riot. It's Martial playing the ball through to Pogba, and Pogba powers it through the goalkeeper to make it 5-0 in the game before Martial finds Ronaldo. This is a very fortunate goal, and I do make it 6 bloody nil. In our first game, it was 7 when Martial killed home, and then it was 8 when Zlatan got in on the act and made it 8-0. 8-0, 9-0 is the final score in this game. 9 goals to nil. My opponent had 2 shots, 2 on target. We had 19, 14 on targets. Honestly, that game, it could have been 11, 12, 13, 14. We ran right, and that is our best ever start to Weekend League, not in terms of winning games on the bounce, in terms of the scoreline. Next up is a very good team. Ronaldo as his striker. He's got Vieira in there as well. Zlatan on the ball, plays it across. Again, another very fortunate goal for Ronaldo to make it 1-0 in the game before Zlatan makes it 2, powering home. And Zlatan this weekend, he's going to be very important for me, because as you know, my review yesterday, I loved this card. I bloody loved it, but he suits certain players' game styles. He suits mine down to a T, as his Ibrahimovic, playing at centre mid, scores twice in the game and makes it 3-2. Before Ronaldo, inside the area, doing very, very well, plays it across to Pogba, who passes it home to make it 4-2 in the 68th. Before Ronaldo does that acrobatic bicycle kick at the near post to make it 5-2 in our second game. So in 2 games, lads, we have scored 14 goals. That's an average of 7 per game. Very, very good start. My next opponent, he's got Adoriz at striker, Bill in there, Ben Yedder as a left forward. Ben Yedder on this game, he's a dick to mark. His normal card is a dick to mark, and in this game, his inform made it 1-0. Ben Yedder races on through, gets very, very fortunate with a few bounces, makes it 1-0. I'm up against it 5 minutes in, 20 minutes in, he powers it home with Bale. It's 2-0. Are we going to get a very, very early loss in this sequence of games? The answer to that, no. Martial makes it 2-1. Happy days, we are back in the game. Before my opponent can score, he makes it 3-1. 3 goals to 1. What is going on? Before Modric does very well, chips in the ball, and it is Ronaldo who gives us hope, makes it 3-2. Before we come forward, it's Paul Pogba on the ball, does very well, finds Zlatan in the area, bang, back of the net, 3 goes to 3. In extra time, we come forward. Zlatan is given far too much space. He walks into the space and he scores. He makes it 4-3 and wins us the game. Like I said, Zlatan this weekend could be very, very important with his goals. He's a goal scorer. He's a natural goal scorer. Give him the ball, he'll score a goal. Easy as peas. We now have 3 wins out of 3. Next up is Sweaty. 5 in the back formation. He's got Red Sigurdsson. He's got informed Baines, Sturridge and informed great striker with De Bruyne as a cam. We take the lead and it's that boy Ronaldo yet again on the score sheet, making it 1-0. He scored 2 goals like that in this episode, one being a bicycle kick, the second being a header. That near post corner is bloody deadly as Martial plays in Ronaldo for his second. Bang! 3 goals to 0 in the game. Martial finds Ibra. Ibra does very well, spinning his man inside the area. That is a beautiful finish, a very powerful finish in the back net to make it 4. Can we make it 5? Martial finds Ibra. How about that for a finish? Very composed chip over the on-Russian keeper, makes it 5-0. Then Zlatan working his magic into Martial, back to Ronaldo, into Zlatan. Can he score yet again? Yes, he can. 1-2 off the keeper, makes it 6-0 in the game. Once again, we are running riot. It's Pogba into Ibra. That is a beautiful finish, and even on the replay, it kind of curved in from the outside to in. It was a beautiful, beautiful left foot strike from Ibra to make it 7-0 in the game. That was a game that we did deserve, and we now have 4 wins out of 4. Can we make it 5 out of 5 against my next opponent, the Untradables? And I do believe him. This is a very, very good looking squad. He's got Red Lallana, he's got Sterling, player of the month, he's got Hazard, player of the month, SBC Rashford. We take the lead in this one as well. Good work from Modric, playing in the ball, and it is Zlatan on the end of it yet again to make it 1-0. In the game, my opponent comes forward. It's Bill going on through. Can he score? Yes, he can. It is 1-1 in the match. My opponent draws it level before Kante does very, very well in extra time. Plays it across to Ronaldo. Somehow the ball works its way to Modric, and Modric passes it home inside the area. Composure OP. That is a very, very composed finish, and he wins us the game 2-1. That was the toughest one yet. A very, very tough game, and we were kind of lucky to walk out the winners. I'm not going to lie, we were very lucky in that game. Next up, Skin Ollie. He's got Harry Kane, who's going to get another inform this week because he's just scored a hat-trick for Tottenham Hotspur. Gray up front as well. Now with Gray, in the review, I said he's curved with shade. He only goes and finesses it from 30 yards against us. Karma is a bitch. Before we come forward, Ronaldo, and it is Sergio Ramos with the header to make it 1-1, and he draws us level. Zlatan inside the area makes it 2-1. Happy days indeed. 2-1 was the final score against CF Ranakin. A very, very tough game, even though we had 16 shots to his 3. Every single attack that he made, he looked dangerous. He looked very, very dangerous. Next up, he's got Son as striker, Willian at right forward, Martial, who I love in this game, as you will know. I'm using him in this weekend instead of inform Mkhitaryan or normal Mkhitaryan. I love Martial in this game. A very dangerous attack force. Martial, bang, bang, bang. What a bloody strike. The power he generated on that volley could have took the goal off by its handles. What a bloody strike. Before a nice turn from Ronaldo, I think it was, placing Ibra, and Ibra finessed it from the edge of the area to make it 3-0 in the game. The second half comes on, more of the same. Zlatan makes it 4. A nice header at the near post to make it 4-0 in the match. Before Zlatan flicks it up, somehow plays it off their player. What a finish. I love this card. I bloody love him. As you know, I love his normal card, but this card, it just seems to give him that extra bit of an edge. I don't know what it is about him, but my opponent, he does score a consolation in the match to make it 5-1. The stats, he had more possession. He was passing around his midfield a lot, and maybe his defense a little bit, but he did have more possession, and he didn't deserve the scoreline. 5-1 was a very flattering scoreline for myself. Next up, he's got James at striker, Bill at right forward, Ronaldo as a left forward. Now in game, he switched to a 4-1-2-1-2. James at calm, Ronaldo and Bill at striker. This guy was very good. He makes it 1-0. Bale stabbing home inside the area on the 45th minute before. In the second half, Sanchez goes through. Shot rebounds off David De Gea. A very, very fortunate goal for Gareth Bale to score. But in this game, I was outclassed. We score a fortunate goal as well. And it's Luka Modric on the score sheet. But that is all I can take away from the game. A Luka Modric goal because I was outclassed. 60% possession of 40. And he had 8 shots to my 3. A dismal performance. But GG's to my opponent. He did deserve that one. He messaged me after the game saying GG. So once again, good game. Next up, a 4-4-2. Now, this is interesting because on the Friday, I played all those games that you've just seen. On the Saturday, I've just started playing my games. This was the first game. A very, very nervy 1-goal win. Very nervy. I mean, my opponent, he dominated me yet again. Very, very nervy. 10 shots to my 5. 57% possession. What the fuck is that all about? I had 43. He did dominate in that sense. Next up, Britain 85. He's got Griezmann, Martial, Dembele, Pogba, De Bruyne. Can't say. Like I said, on the Saturday so far, I just haven't been up for my games. He makes it 1-0 despite me dominating this game. Absolutely dominating this game. And he makes it 2-0. So, in terms of performance, it just wasn't good enough, lads. Plain and simple, it wasn't good enough. Yes, we did dominate in terms of shots, but we should have been 10 times more clinical in the game. So unfortunately, we do lose our second of this episode. Let's get in the stats. So then, lads, looking back at the stats, it actually doesn't look too bad. 8 wins, 2 losses. It doesn't look too bad on paper, but in my own personal expectation of myself, that isn't good enough. I look for perfection all the time, so you want to get off to the best possible start in FUT Champions. 10-0. I could have got 9-1, I would have been happy with that. 8-2 is a bit meh in terms of my own personal expectations, but like I said, looking at it, it looks alright. 8 wins, 2 losses. It could be a damn sight worse. Goals scored in 10 games, 36. That is sensational. Goals conceded 12 and a goal difference of 24. The top goal scorer, there's no doubt about it. Mr. Ibrahimovic on 16. Ronaldo on 8. Martial on 5. Top assist goes to Ronaldo on 7. Then Ibra on 6. And then Martial on 5 as well. Most man the matches, Zlatan dominates it. 4 man the matches in 10 games. Ronaldo's on 1, Vieira's on 1. And in terms of team, we're keeping it the same. It's doing very well. David De Gea is solid in this. The defense is solid as they come. Going forward, I need to be that little bit more clinical than the last 2 games. The last 2 games was just a write-off. I wasn't clinical at all. But lads, hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, smash the hell for the return of the FUT Champions. Out with that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. And as always, lads, I will catch you all next time.